pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll look for a motion to approve the board meeting from the March 9th meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Business major report. Look for a motion to approve the business major report.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Look for a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Krupp?
Yes.
Mrs. Hunsinger?
Yes.
Mr. Lanning?
Yes.
Mrs. Moyer?
Yes.
Mr. Nestle?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips? Yes. Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Yost?
Yes.
And Mr. Hess?
Yes. Superintendent's report.
Let me just go over the motion now.
Might as well.
So I would like to discuss P16, which is the elimination of positions through attrition. Last week we had discussed the position of reading specialist. We've worked throughout this week to figure out if there was another option to still get the elimination, but to keep that position. What we can do is eliminate secondary English. We would be moving a high school English teacher to the middle school and then moving a middle school person into the reading specialist / intervention role. That would keep the reading specialist at the elementary level and eliminate a secondary position. If everybody's in favor of that, what I would recommend is that you amend the motion. There's actually 8 positions listed there. We are recommending to eliminate 7. You can eliminate the reading specialist and the secondary English. It would be the same position. So I would strike, I would recommend that you strike the reading specialist off there and amend that motion. So I'll open it if anybody has questions or is in agreement or is not in agreement.
I'm in agreement to keep the reading specialist.
I'm in agreement to keep the reading specialist too.
Yeah.
I am too.
So that's a majority. What I would say is to recommend amending the motion. Bob, I would imagine to amend it, you need a roll call vote to amend it, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I would recommend that, well, you can do it if you want or you want me to say it, that you would just strike one reading specialist position off of that motion. And that you would change, that would read 7 positions, not 8.
Yep. I'll go for a motion and a second and a roll call.
Motion to amend.
Second. Roll call vote.
Mr. Yost?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mrs. Moyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Hunsinger?
Yes.
Mr. Krupp?
Yes.
Mr. Lanning?
Yes.
Mr. Nestle?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
And Mr. Hess?
Yes.
Can you go through again the shuffling of those positions?
So I'll go through what each of those positions means, not by name or anything. So changing the middle school schedule would eliminate 3 middle school positions. That's the 3 that are listed. 2 of those are retirees that would be math retirees who, based on how the schedule is, we will not need those 2 positions. And the third would, a middle school person would move to an open elementary position. The secondary math is moving from 8 math teachers at the high school level to 7. The guidance counselor position is moving we have a retirement at the middle school. We will be taking one of the 4 elementary guidance counselors and moving them into that middle school position, which would leave 1.5 at each of the elementaries. We struck the reading specialist. The elementary position is a result of filling the special ed opening internally and eliminating 1 special ed position. And then the secondary math is how we shuffle, or secondary English is how we shuffle to eliminate but keep the reading specialist.
Any questions, comments? Administrative reports, everyone got them as part of the board box package. Any comments, questions on any of those? I'm going to open up to public comment. Maximum of 3 minutes. Please state your name and your address.
Hi, I'm Christina Culver, Salem Township. I am an alumni, a parent, a resident, a homeowner, a taxpayer, all of the things. Public education is very important to me, and I'm sure it is important to everyone in this room. That's why I show up month after month at these meetings. That's why last week I sat through a very exciting budget meeting so that we could hear what changes were being proposed and have a couple of thoughts. The first is just very concerned about cutting a position in the elementary school. As someone who used to be someone that was in some of these classrooms, we really need those classrooms to have the smallest number of kids per teacher. We know what our teachers go through trying to educate our children. We really cannot afford to make a cut there. I was also really concerned about some of the discussion about the guidance counselor. I don't know if you guys all know what a guidance counselor does. It is much more than just helping your child pick what courses they're going to take or what college they're going to go to. We have a lot of kids that are hurting in our school, and the guidance counselors are there to help our children get through the day. I can say on a personal level that one of the guidance counselors has really been there for my child when they face some very scary things. And again, with all, I'd be remiss without pointing out, all the changes and the policies we've made that have harmed LGBTQ kids. I would think we would want to make sure that we have enough guidance counselors providing those services to our kids who are struggling in our school district right now. The last thing would be cyber education, which we really wasn't discussed, but we always kind of lament there's nothing we can do about cyber education. But I would ask, have we done any investigation into why so many of our kids are leaving our district? I have heard a lot of anecdotal statements. I have seen things on Facebook that a lot of our kids are facing bullying, bad bullying in our school. And if we don't do anything about it, they leave our school. Or they're encouraged to leave our school because they're the one being bullied. So I would just really like this board to take a look at what is going on. I know bullying is a problem in every school, but I have never heard a really good, robust discussion in this room about how we can actually make our schools safer for our kids. And that's it. Thank you.
Motion to approve items G1 to G8. A motion. Second. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
I abstained from G6, and I oppose G8.
I vote yea.
for a motion to approve EC1 and EC2.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. Academic affairs, looking for a motion to approve AA1 through AA3. Favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. Budget and finance, looking for a motion to approve BF1 and BF.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. BF, looking for a motion to approve the food service contract for the tuition group for the 26-7 school year.
I'll move.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Nestle,
No, we have,
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
yes.
Ms. Phillips,
Yes.
Mr. Croop,
Yes.
Mr. Lanning,
Yes.
Mrs. Hunsinger,
Yes.
Mrs. Moyer,
Yes.
Mr. Yost,
Yes.
and Mr. Hess.
Yes.
So Katie is with us. I don't know if you want to say anything or not.
I do just have something I'd love to say. First of all, thank you so much. So happy to be back and to be able to service your students again. Something as we look at renewing the food service contract, I'd just like to talk about so far through March, the Berwick School District, with the help of Lori, your on-site director, and all of her wonderful staff, you served almost 345,000 school meals at no cost to families. So when we think about it, we talk about approving the contract, that's really the most important thing, is all of those amazing meals that you're servicing to the students at no cost through the CEP program. So kudos to you for adopting that program, for continuing it. We're very happy to be here and to help, continue that program and all the great it can bring. Thank you.
Transportation, motion to approve T1 and T2.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. Personnel, look for a motion to approve P1 through P15.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Abstain, P8.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. I actually want to recognize a few people and do. I mean, Kathy Curtin did tremendous things as a rifle coach. She's going to be tremendously missed. And our band director, Anthony McDonald, he did tremendous things with our band, and we wish him well in his new endeavors. Okay, we're on to P16.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Yost,
Yes.
Ms. Phillips,
Yes.
Mrs. Moyer,
Yes.
Mrs. Hunsinger,
Yes.
Mr. Croop,
Yes.
Mr. Lanning,
Yes.
Mr. Nestle,
I'm a no on elementary and on guidance.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
and Mr. Hess.
Yes. Any old business? Any new business? This is probably a point two with the budget due for a vote at the May 4th meeting. We need to discuss our tax rate. We can raise anywhere from 0 to 4.8.
Yeah, 0 to 4.8 is your option.
There's a lot of unknowns right now, so it's hard to have a starting point.
I look at it this way. I don't like to spend what we don't have hoping this stuff comes to fruition as it's been sold to us, which would require us to trust Harrisburg. I think they've proven time again, especially with, you know, deregulation with the energy, with the casino gambling. There's a good chance that this money could disappear. I mean, I think we need to plan that we're not going to get it, and if we do get it, we could go back and revisit some of the positions that we just voted not to replace. And we could also go back and revisit reducing millage, which has been done in this district before. But right now, like you said, there's too many ifs and buts, and I hate to do a budget based upon what we may not get. Once we have cash in hand, that's a whole different story.
I think that, we're paying for sins of the past with no raises for 12 years. So it's hard to say no raise, but we also don't know what we're getting. So I would have a real hard time supporting anything over a 2. And I would say, even that, we have that transfer tax, we can draw on that for a year and adjust as needed.
Problem with that transfer tax, it's one time, mono.
2 times.
Hopefully. I said, I'll believe the checks when I see them come in the door.
I don't wanna see taxes raised. That's how I feel about it. And we didn't raise them for 10 or 12 years. We had surplus, 26 million or so. That's why we didn't raise them. We didn't cut them. We don't have that now. We have a couple extra bucks that we just got. And I think that should help the taxpayers.
I'd have to see some real numbers. I mean, for me to sit here and say 2 or 1.5 or 3, without knowing where we're at, what these cuts that we just did tonight bring to the
That makes,
district.
that makes $875,000, that's what you did tonight.
Okay.
So 2.9 million, you just saved, I don't want to say save, but you eliminated 875,000.
So right around 2.
So you're right around 2 million deficit currently.
What's a 3% for?
It's 8,
Max is 8.5.
yeah, 4.8 is 8.5. I provided this, I don't know it off the top of my head, but I think 3 is right around, it's between 500 and 600, I think.
I just worry if we don't do anything, we don't, and that money doesn't come to fruition, that 2 million is gonna turn into 5, because we know the rate stuff is going up.
There's too many unknowns, it's too early for me to support anything close to index.
So when we say too early, you have to pass the budget in June.
I know.
You will be passing the budget that goes on public display in May. So if we don't make any decisions tonight, and I'm not saying you have to, the budget that I'll bring to the table for May will have a 0 tax increase until I'm told different. So you'll potentially be passing a budget that you're going to use 2+ million out of fund balance.
Well, we also don't know what we have in the state yet,
And you won't. We
What's
never
that
do.
ballpark number?
and we don't know.
So the governor's proposal was 848,000 for Berwick. Hopefully we get every penny of that. What I will tell you is the governor's proposal is not gonna go up. Right now I have 0 included in there. Certainly we can talk about including some of that. I've always budgeted 0, but we are in a position that maybe we want to consider budgeting a certain dollar amount. And I don't know what that dollar amount is. I would err on the side of conservative, and if you want to budget 400,000 or 500,000, I would be comfortable with that number from the state. I told you last week that we also have been told, superintendents across the state are being told that this upcoming state budget is going to be the last budget. This is not fact, this is projection by people that are smarter than me. that this will be the last significant increase to education, that the governor's proposal wipes out all of the rainy day funds that Pennsylvania has, and we've been told to expect funding increases to go back to where they were prior to COVID, which for Berwick would be about $200,000.
Berwick's in a really unique position. We're on the cusp of 40 to 50 data centers being built here. We don't know what the revenue's gonna be from them yet, but we know it's coming unless Harrisburg steals the revenue. I'm not comfortable pushing taxes up or making huge cuts until we know what that is, especially if we have the fund balance from the transfer tax and the upcoming transfer tax to offset those expenses for this year. It just doesn't seem right to
A
me.
little bit to see where we go.
What's that?
They could carry us down the road a little bit to see where
It'll
things
carry
go.
us. We have enough to carry us. And we're gonna get money from the state. We're gonna get money from the data centers.
Unless they reallocate fair funding, that's been a story I've heard for a few times. How true it is, I have no idea, but I've multiple people that said, and talks that kick around. I hope they never come to fruition. I've been around the block of Harrisburg enough.
Can you explain what that means for anybody in the room that might not know what you're talking about?
Well, basically, if that does happen, what normal property tax stays in the local municipality, borough, school district, whatever. If it goes into fair funding, that money that would have went to the Berwick area school district is now gonna get reallocated amongst whatever formula Harrisburg dictates, which will put us in a very substantial financial bind. And we have no say over that, that's all legislators in Harrisburg. I hope it never happens, I hope it's just rumors. I don't think any of our local reps would vote for it, however, that's not saying what the rest of them around the state would do.
Anybody else?
No more.
You have the information that you're gonna have by June. I'm not advocating one way or the other for a tax increase. I just want to put the budget in front of you that you want. So what I think I'm hearing is May's budget has 0 tax increase. Is that accurate?
For me, it is. If we raise them this year, next year, even if we got all this money coming in, we're paying this year's rate. The increase would be added to next year.
Right, until the reduction may or may not come along,
Yeah.
it's always that stable rate.
And typically, I would be in favor of 2 or 3% every year, but we're in a very unique position right now. I don't feel right about it.
Okay, I'll put the budget in front of you in May. We'll reflect what was done here tonight. Have a 0 tax increase, and there wasn't much discussion on this, but I'll put $400,000 as far as an increase from the state.
Probably good idea.
Is everybody comfortable with that? Okay.
Okay, summary of executive session, prior to the 4:13 workshop, we discussed personnel items and agreements with our legal counsel, and before this meeting, we had one personnel issue and one legal issue. Next meetings, we have the special board meeting on the 4th to vote on the budget, on the work session, and May 11th is a regular board meeting. Look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Done.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Meeting adjourned.